I think the only time I actually touched the condoms was when they were complaining, okay, the condoms don't miss, so who did they come? And we had already moved to level 1, and they had brought another batch. Like, wait, who's actually using these things? I was like, okay, let me drop it in the flower verse. I think the video should be there. Dropping anybody with the come now, we'll see. At least everybody will see.
Good day and welcome to Paul's One-on-One BBNaija edition, brought to you by Orijin. My name is Rachel Isaac, and I am super excited to be on a sit down with a young man who was a delight to watch on our screens and under the duvet. I'm talking about ex-Big Brother Naija Season 7 housemate Khalid.
Hey Rachel.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me.
It's so good to see you live and direct.
Wow.
Odogu Khalid. So do you miss the house? I was asking you that.
Yeah,
earlier.
actually I do. I really do miss the house, yeah, and all the activities, you know, kept my mind, you know, racing. So yeah.
Okay, so what exactly do you miss about the house?
Okay, I mean, aside the obvious thing, which is Daniela. Besides that, I mean, I miss tasks, you know, keeping my mind engaged. It's something that hasn't happened in a very long time. You know, most of the time it's just you're trying to survive. You know, I was actually living, you know, at that point in time. So.
Okay, so for some people, when asked, they'll say that it's been a mix of love and hate, some love and light. So what has it been for you?
I mean, it's just been challenges, you know, in a good sense.
Okay.
You know, they're actually good. Like I said, keeps my mind, you know, racing and active. So, I mean, whether it's love, whether it's light, whether it's conflict, whether it's the tasks and all that, yeah, challenges all together.
So which was more painful for you, getting away from Daniela or getting evicted from the show?
I think both. I can't even articulate which was more painful. I think getting away from the show, most definitely, because I think I had more to show. I mean, Daniela would still have, life doesn't end in Big Brother, so outside the house we'll definitely still meet you. So yeah, actually getting evicted was very well, but at the moment now a lot of emotions getting mixed up, and yeah.
Okay, so during one of your diary sessions, I remember you saying that everything was going too fast for you. And then when you were on stage with Ebuka, yeah, I think you said that your relationship with Daniela hit you like a car.
Bus, yeah.
So can you explain that? Yeah.
Yeah, it actually happened so fast. On a regular day, I'm very, I like to take my time. You know, I always say, take your time to know people. And you know, some people, they take that, they actually don't open up all that much. They don't show you the real thing until you actually, you know, in a relationship. So because of that, I've been single for a while. You know, but with Daniela, was like I think Brian said something first day that she reminds him of home. And yeah, she's a very sweet person, a really, really sweet person. We know. Like genuinely, you know, so it's easy to talk to her, and she opens up, you know, like when she's comfortable with you. So it wasn't so hard. Although yeah, it was fast, it was meaningful.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some people are of the opinion that it was a strategy for you. Yeah. So I want to ask you, at first, was it at any point a strategy, or it was just you just going with the tide, like just having fun?
To be honest, at one point it was nothing. Like it was just me being, then she just came into the picture and was like, oh, okay, yeah, I actually like this person. I mean, whatever people have to say, I think that's their business. So I just went with it. That's how I actually want to take it, because I don't really care about people's opinions. But being in this situation, definitely you have to answer questions. And let me, to be very honest, I really don't give a about people's opinions. So, you know, you can keep saying what you want to say. My only problem is she's a sweet person. You do not do that to a person like that. Honestly, you shouldn't. You definitely shouldn't. You know, I'm not just saying it to protect her or anything. Like on a regular basis, I would never put someone down, you know, just to feel good about. And Nigerians are very opinionated, and you know, you have every right to your opinion, but imagine if you were in that position, you know, it wouldn't be good. So yeah.
So you've seen your infamous video.
Yeah.
The videos actually. So was it what we assumed? Was it what we thought it was? Okay.
Full disclaimer, I would say I don't care what people, but you just have to, you know, because someone else is involved. Yes, someone else is involved. It's not what you guys think. And definitely there are people who would definitely think, okay, it's something else. And when you're looking for an excuse or looking for a reason to believe in something, I can't tell you not to. You know, it happened. I really regret that it happened, you know, that way. By the end of the day, haven't you had feelings before and done? You know, haven't you liked someone? Yeah, exactly. You know, people are just so quick to judge. You know, but when you check their own closets, they're actually doing way worse. So that's why I'm actually not even bothered, because it's something that could happen to anyone, you know, anytime. So, you know, The whole thing happened. It wasn't. We actually never had sex. We talked about it extensively, and I believe coming out, I've seen other videos. I believe they didn't capture our conversations. If you actually really settle down, be like, okay,
I actually did see the conversations. I knew it wasn't
we actually talked, and like people are so focused on one thing. And the thing is, there's nothing like that, because people are like, yo, you went into the game and you lost focus. How do you tell me I lost focus when you're focusing on a particular thing? I mean, if you actually settle down and actively say, okay, let me see what this guy has actually done, you'll see a whole lot more of our conversations, you know. When we're free, we play like kids, you know, we talk, we just do all that. Once it's time for tasks, we're there. Even if we joke during time, we are still there actively, because if you look at it, although we didn't win HOH, when it comes to the other types, we actually had wins. So, I mean,
all right, so this is you trying to say now, this is you saying to us right now that you had nothing to do with the missing condoms. Because for every time that question was asked, your name came up.
Our names actually came up. You know, I think at first it was Farm Service name that came up, because you know he's always very free and he's doing all his it was Farm Savvy. Then I think it was Amaka, because she's always making soundtracks. Like Amaka, she's really, you know, loud. Then definitely came to me and Daniela, but you know, I made it clear to everyone that now I'm not doing all that. Although it was nobody's business, but just so they won't attack her, because she's actually a very soft person. You know, so definitely we're human. Things will actually get to us, even if she will not say it. You know, so actually I had to just dead that matter, but. I think the only time I actually touched the condoms was when they were complaining, okay, the condoms don't miss, so who did they come? And we had already moved to level 1, and they had brought another batch. Like, wait, who's actually using these things? I was like, okay, let me drop it in the flower verse. I think the video should be there dropping, but anybody who did they come now will see, at least everybody will see. And the thing is, if you know people are suspicious, I mean, there are cameras everywhere. I don't think you can do, and we've tried so hard to sneak around.
No, but there are some things that I believe that we don't see. You can't say that.
I mean, maybe they choose not to show because of a certain act. Because man, I actually settled down to look at all the cameras. Like the angling and pushing was just too perfect. You could not. You could stand directly on that camera. There's another one. Like the angles are just way too mad. So you can't tell me that nah, you don't have footage. Maybe after the reunion, some things, you know, definitely. But after the narratives have already been set, so definitely I'm trying to push it particularly because this is what makes the show a show.
Yes.
You know, so people don't really understand that. They think, okay, if you actually play that video till the end, you actually see that actually nothing happened. But definitely, it's just that spot that. So I mean, what can I do?
Now carry us, they go where every night we'll be awake. Like, wait till they happen. Like, let's see.
I mean,
let's see.
Yo, the emotions were, like I said, for 3 years I've been single. You know, and something like this, I just genuinely like somebody. You know, it's not like okay, want to just be in each other's faces for the screen now. I actually wanted to be in each other's faces. And some of the time here, when we close up, we just talk. We just talk. And we, like I said, sometimes you want to feel like you're wise and hide, you know, so we'd take our cameras, our mics unintentionally. We want to sleep, then a conversation will pop up. Then we'll forget that our mics are, you know, not there. Then we'll just talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. Fall asleep, you know. Definitely there's duvet movements. So any duvet movements is assumed, okay, you're. So I'm like, I mean, you're not there and you're pushing a narrative. I think the only people I actually care about, genuinely care about, you know, in this matter are the families, because seeing Daniela, her parents did saying they did a good job and understand, like that is a sweet, that's a genuine person. Okay,
Khalid, come. I'm going to ask you because I cannot count how many times you said sweet, 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 and that you've been single for a while. So does it look like Daniela is going to change that?
Going to change that? I mean, I've already said that we're dating. I already say so definitely she's going to change that.
I love it.
You know, so I mean, I can't speak for her, but I'm comfortable with my emotions. Anybody wants to say anything, say it and say your piece. You know, if it doesn't ring well in your ear, then I think you should contact your nearest priest or imam and table your matters with them, because I really don't give a shit.
Okay, so I think why it was very controversial when it was regarding you and Daniela was because you had a thing against alcohol. You would not drink alcohol, and then all of a sudden you were under the duvet, you were being aggressive and talking under the duvet. So it just got a lot of people talking. So what do you think about people calling you a hypocrite? Because you would not drink alcohol, but you'd cuddle aggressively under the duvet with a woman.
At the end of the day, we're human, and you see, having vices is something that every human does. You know, people think religion is for the holy. It's a lie. Religion is there for people so you can actually go back and, okay, I'm sorry, I'm definitely, you know, but because we have vices doesn't mean we'll accept every vice that comes your way. You have to have self-control. For me, I know why I don't want to drink. It's not even because it's like a religious thing. You know, I'm sure I know myself. I'm kind of prone to addictions and all that. You know, so if I start something, I know myself. I would want to use that as an excuse, and you know, it takes a lot of willpower to. You have to set your mind to something and say, okay, I'm not doing this. You know, and it takes a lot of energy. So me not drinking, I know that if I drink, I will be out of control.
So it's nothing to do with your religion.
Yeah, it's not. I won't say nothing. It's part of it. And I've seen wisdom in why it is like that. You know, smoking, drinking, but it doesn't. If you're doing it, I don't have a problem with you. You know, whether you smoke, you drink, you like that. If you are a genuine person, we're cool on that. I mean, definitely, I won't promote it and tell you, okay, go and do it. But if it's going to hurt you, that one I'll talk to you. And she's actually said, like, okay, if this thing could affect me in a certain way, so I wanted to avoid a groovy beauty situation. Everyone saw how that went, and it wasn't, you know, it wasn't nice. Beauty is my person. I hate the fact that she left the way. She has so much to offer. Even right, I don't even believe she's finished. Definitely on her, she'll think, okay, I've fucked up, I've done. Nah, beauty is not finished. Definitely, she has a long way to go. You know, she still has a lot to offer, you know, about the situation. So at that point, I was just looking out for her. Like, if you know that this thing is going to, definitely, if you drink, I'm not going to kiss you because I can't take alcohol anyhow, so definitely. So
wait. Khalid, always first. Okay. If she drinks alcohol, you would not kiss her. Only when she doesn't drink alcohol.
Yeah, like on personal level, it's not even religion. I just don't like the taste. Yeah, I just don't like it. Does. I have a low tolerance for smoke. Okay. And for, you know, certain sense, you know, when I get near petrol, it's very. Yeah, you understand how you understand that. So the thing is, people will just compound things and have their own. They don't know the main reason. And I feel explain yourself it gets tiring. It gets really, really tiring. So as long as the person I'm more focused on understands me, that's actually very, very good for me. And I'm in a position where the narrative can be changed at any time. I said, even if holy men, I'm talking about from prophets times, where they will collect. You will collect regardless. It doesn't matter how good you are. They're just people who would, you know, definitely
have something to say.
And my major issue with it, for me, like I said, I don't give a fuck person. You can see what, as long as I've passed my message, you can take it. But she's involved now, you know, and her family is involved now. You know, at the end of the day, we're just two young people who have feelings for each other. Definitely, you know, things are useful. You keep saying, guy, you're a smart guy, you're a smart guy. You know, intelligence is not what you think it is. You can actually make mistakes. So I think on that point, you think you should have been smarter than that. I'm also a human being because last. One or two, I don't think this will be my first fuck up, but I don't think the next one will be as bad as this, you know. But still, we all fuck up, and it's okay. You know, as long as you know that it's not something you did intentionally, or it's something you acknowledge it. Because I think that's what I said something to Kes at one point. I like the fact that on my first impression, he looks like someone who would own his shit regardless of anything. As soon as he fucks up, I fucked up. Definitely. So if you're that kind of person, I'm always good. I'm not saying you doing bad things. I'm not acknowledging that you should do bad things. But if you're doing those things and you're actually remorseful about them, yeah, it's cool. You know, you're still a genuine person. You don't beat yourself up. You know, I don't want to talk about religion and all that, and you know, because that's a whole different level. But you know, that's what my stuff promotes, and it's all love. Don't judge. You know, at the end of the day, just be good to the next person too. And that's it.
I love how you're rooting for her. It's just beautiful to watch you do that. So let's move away from your relationship and to the other relationships in the house. What do you think of the relationships in the house this year?
Relationships in the house this year it was chaotic because nobody wants to say, oh, I like this person. It's vibes on vibes. I hate that word I hate that word. You know, unless it's, you know, when it comes to your dancing, music, and just vibe. But you see, emotions are very volatile things. You can't not define them, and that's what's causing a lot of breakups and whatever. You don't want to say how you really feel. If you want vibes on vibes, actually, what does vibe mean to you? It's just so, you know. On the groovy and beauty situation, I kept on asking, have you defined anything? Have you set boundaries? You know, because once you do all these things, you don't have an excuse to say, okay, she gave me permission for this and I did this, and you know, it's already clear. And I like to make things clear. You know, so that was a whole mess. At one point in time, I was like, I better make the relationship scatter because it's getting too deep. Someone is getting affected, and she got a strike because of it. You know, and people are like, no, it's not my fault, it's not my fault. So whose fault was it? Then now she left the house. Fina and Groovy situation. I'm in no place to tell you what to do, so that's why I didn't even speak on it. Because Beauty is my person, but I mean she has gone, and I'm very sure she has a lot to handle, and she shouldn't be thinking about Groovy at this point. So I didn't say anything. To me, I feel it was disrespectful. Because something like this happened, and you still, it's definitely hurt the outside. I mean, at the end of the day, your job might not be. Your role might not be to actually do this. Maybe it's just to make another person realize that, okay, this person. So, I mean, if they actually, I mean, go for it. It's what makes you happy. At the same time, I can't tell you that you're not feeling something real. I can't tell you that you're playing somebody. You know what you're feeling. You should be honest with yourself. If you tell me, I'll nod my head. I might not believe you, I'll nod my head. At the end of the day, it's you that.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. Okay, so are you rooting for anyone in the house to win?
Rooting for a lot of people.
Okay.
This season is just fire.
I'm telling
what?
you.
Like, it's so, you can't say with your full chest, this is the person that will win. Obviously, I'm rooting for Daniela. I know how smart she is. Even if people, that's why it's good to have one-on-one conversations. It's not by going around and shouting. And, she has a lot of strengths. She's a very creative person and she's very active. Definitely, Hermes is a beast.
I agree.
Yeah, he's a beast. I just love the guy. We're roommates. So we'll sit down, read, have conversations about plans and things that we'll do outside the house. We work out, gas each other up. There was never a dull moment. Even our chaperones, like, how far do you just want to get inside and just have conversations with us? So I know that he's a very focused person, and that's why I'm not mad at him for nominating me. I respect him so much for it. He knows the game. He knows what he's there for. I would have done the same absolutely. Then there's Fina. That babe now, but you just have to love her. I feel like I related to her on a certain level, especially when it came to her expressing herself. I know she's not the most like she can't really articulate herself the way we do. So so at certain points there were fights, there were this and that. People were not listening to her. So I had to talk to her one-on-one, and get her to at least talk to everybody and say her piece. And it was really helpful to see her grow like that. I actually like the fact that she's happy. At least she thinks.
I love the word happy.
Yeah, she thinks she's happy. I mean, it's because anytime we're talking, and she's like, "Oh, Khalid," I'm like, "Hey, see this guy."
This guy.
I mean, enjoy it because you've done the hard life. At least you deserve to feel light at one point in time. Yeah, but I know she's still going to go strong. People say she's distracted, but at the end of the day, you're not in the game. You didn't live those experiences, so you can't for sure say that, okay, this is what this person is going through.
True.
Yeah, I feel she'll still come back and she'll still do really great. I'm just rooting for anyone and everyone that can do what they need to do. Because it's a great show.
Now that you're out of the game, will you be campaigning for Daniela?
I'm definitely, my love is definitely there. People should.
I love it. I love it.
People like that. Level 2 with the vibes. Oh sure.
Sure, go.
Like, come on, you guys love us, so why would you keep taking all the important people out? I'm not saying not everyone is important, but at least the people who are really good at certain things and the things that we're looking for, the in-house games, those are the people. I feel they made a mistake with Saif. They really made a mistake with Saif. They made a mistake with me, and it's okay at this point. Everything that has happened was supposed to happen. I was meant to leave this, and I don't want to dwell on that. But I mean, she shouldn't leave.
Okay.
She shouldn't leave. She should be there. And even if you keep telling me, she's been crying because she doesn't need me right now. She doesn't need me right now. She needs to be there. She needs to focus. She needs to get that bag, for herself, because I'll be all right. Last, I'll be all right. So she should, focus and do what she needs to do. At the end of the day, life is life after BBN. We'll meet outside and we can be as secretive as we want. And that's cool because I love my space. So everybody should just hold their side and do what they need to do. Although, even with my eviction, I found out that there was a lot of stuff that happened outside with her people, my people. But at the end of the day, I'm the individual. People can definitely have their feelings, and they will have their feelings about it. But at the end of the day, I will still support the person like that. So,
Nice. So looking back, is there anything that you think you'd have done differently?
Looking back, I'm not a person of regret, so I usually stay in the moment. Don't dwell in the past and don't think so much about the future. So I've already had an amazing time, and it's gotten me here. Coming, I didn't even think I did this good.
You did great.
There's so much love, and it's overwhelming. Like,
nice.
I don't think I've allowed myself process it. I'm just been on the move, so I don't want it to overwhelm me. I just have time, there's still a lot of time. So, I mean, to do anything, like, what more could a person ask for? like I'm so grateful to my fans. Like to even say my fans is very weird. On a regular day, I'm walking on the road. Who said my papa? So now I'm walking like, hey Khalid, I'm sorry, who called me? And you think I'm being rude, but I'm just oblivious.
I don't know you.
Yeah, I don't like on a regular day, nobody actually really knows except my close friends. I know that yeah, I'm a really good person within the clique. So I know I'm comfortable with them. But everybody, hey Khalid, where Asabi you from? I'm not trying to be rude. If I've done that to anybody, I'm so sorry. I'm just not used to this kind of attention. And it's been great. I mean, I'm now on a platform where I can tell myself, and although I've been mentioning I want to do this and do that and do that, having plans for those things are also a factor. And I pray, God gives me that strength to actually articulate myself and get into all these things, because it's easy to say you want to do all this and do all that, but when it's time to put in the work, I know I'm a hardworking person, so I just pray I can give you my all. I have people who genuinely care about my well-being to push me to, because I would definitely need a team. Yeah.
Nice. I love all of that, and I wish you all the best
Thank
moving
you.
forward. But what's next for Khalid, though?
There's a lot that's next, because everything that led up to that me being in that house was fueled by a dream. For the longest time, I've wanted to design sneakers. I'm a sneakerhead. God almighty, it's a borderline addiction. And I think in my house I have like almost 30 pairs of shoes, and they are not enough. Yeah, and I want to design mine. I actually have my own designs. I want to see people wear my shoes. I play basketball, so it goes hand in hand. I get a lot of basketball gear. Like the amount of money I've spent on basketball gear alone, like it's crazy. So imagine having your own work out there. It gives me joy. Although yeah, the money is good. It was going to be, because that's that's a really big industry. But seeing your artwork, seeing your thing on people, and you're seeing it grow and people love it. It's really inspirational. I had a brand I was starting out with my friend, a t-shirt brand, an apparel brand. So we started some design before I came in, but we weren't able to go that far. So definitely going to continue with that. It's my initial. I think I had it on my Crocs in the house. I always had my logo everywhere. So so that's definitely coming. I want to sell that brand. Basketball, Hermes and I have talked about that extensively. We want to do stuff for people, because we know what it's like to you go every day, you play, you get better, you get worse, then you get better again, but no opportunities are actually coming. It's just a guy, you're good, guy, you're good. It's really saddening. So I want people to actually have a platform where they can come showcase their talent and go. I've seen homeless guys who come to play basketball and they're really good, and it's a place of respect. If you see I always say basketball is not just for anyone. When you come there and people and basketball actually come, you know that this person is a baller. I know there's a certain level of respect. So I want to give kids and people that. So I have this court in my place where I want to renovate and actually paint and just something for people to actually start up there. My little sister is also getting into basketball. I was teaching her before I came, but I didn't have enough time. And I love her.
How old is she?
She's 16.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
How tall is she?
She's 5'10", I think. Yeah, I think she's
tall.
She's tall. Yeah, she's also. I mean, she was supposed to get a scholarship into now, because of basketball. She didn't have a team to play in, and I was just trying to but there was no time. There was no time, and now there is time. She needs to go to school and do all that. I want to help my parents out and do everything they need to do. So affiliate marketing is also there. I was actually doing that before I came in. That's how I kept myself afloat aside, because I live with my parents. I won't lie, but I'm just trying to grow and get myself out there. So I was doing that, selling cars. I tried to get into real estate. So definitely, anywhere. No knowledge is wasted. Because people ask me how do you actually manage your time? It's hectic. Sometimes you just sit down and just lay on your bed I want everything to end. But you can't. I have people who have little ones behind me, and they actually need to live. That's the ultimate goal for me. I'm not a man of many wants, although I want all these things, but at the end of the day, to take care of people I care about. I feel that's why it relates to Hermes so much. That guy has come from the trenches. He deserves all the accolades. He deserves all the wins. He has tried. He has served. He's been beautiful. And at the end of the day, because to say you're a good person is ambiguous. Good is really to be dutiful. To see people go against you and still be, because at the end of the day, value for value. That's why I fuck with him so much. Honestly, he's a real one. So I wish everyone the best. Honestly. There's so many things I want to do, but at the end of time day, no be stating one by one, time day. I mean, as much time as the higher power gives us that we're allowed to have and use, So yeah, love and light.
All right, love and light. Okay, so up next we'll go to fan zone. So there are questions that your fans would like answers to.
Okay.
And I'm going to be asking on their behalf, and you'll be giving me the answers to
All
those
right,
questions.
okay.
Let's do this. So on Twitter at Lawal Mohaz is asking, why did he have sex in the house but not drink alcohol?
Okay, that's a very easy question, and it actually has a really easy answer because I didn't have sex in the house.
Okay. Yeah. Alrighty. And on Instagram at callme_Clara Cindy says, is Daniela pregnant?
No, she's definitely not, because you actually have to have sex to get pregnant.
Okay.
Genius.
And on Facebook, Jeff Carter is asking, do you think the Muslim society will have any issues with you concerning your intimacy with Daniela in the house?
I mean, everybody has their own opinions, and I feel a lot of people are so judgmental these days. You know, I'm not saying, yeah, having a girlfriend or whatever, it's because definitely religion, you know.
Yeah, sure.
At the end of the day, we are human. You know, there's so many things. If you say you don't have a relationship, I'll tell you don't lie. Yeah, exactly. You know, like I said, we all have our vices, but you can't just say, okay, because you're doing one thing, you not do everything. That's unwise. You know, you need to know where, you know, you need to know the ones that you can handle, then keep handling them. Because at the end of the day, religion was not made for the holy people.
Sure.
Exactly. So I'm human.
After all. All right. Thank you, Khalid, for being a part of the show today. I wish you all the best moving forward. Thank you for coming on the show. Okay, guys, this has been Paul's One-on-One BBNaija edition, brought to you by Orijin. Now, if you have comments, if you have any questions, if you have suggestions, do let us know in the comment section below at Paul's Nigeria 247 or any of our other social media platforms. My name is Rachel Isaac, and this has been Paul's One-on-One, brought to you by Orijin. See you guys next time.